Hospitals, a very essential part of our healthcare delivery system, and as the hospitals are dealing with the vast majority of population in our society in real time, it consumes a large amount of energy and resources, producing carbon footprints that can affect our environment in long term. And this is where the innovative peoples comes with new inventions and ideas. Green Hospital is one of the greatest ideas of this generation, evolving the whole healthcare system to adopt more reliable and better ways to treat a patient with the natural resources available in the healthcare institution and in its environment. Hi everyone, my name is Nan Sarkar and join me on this small talk or a journey where we will discuss about a small project work, a green hospital model developed by the students of Tripura Institute of Paramedical Sciences from the branch of Bachelor in Hospital Management, where we will discuss and briefly talk about some already given ideas and some new ideas highlighted in this model that can be developed in future hospital building projects. Starting with the first and most unique highlight this model has is the structural positioning of the departments. See, this hospital is designed in two floors, the ground floor and the first floor, containing all the major departments in its whole structure. Starting with the ground floor, it has the consultancy services in it, the rehabilitation services, the kitchen, and the IPD wards. The whole inpatient and outpatient departments consisting the intensive care units and rehabilitation zones has their place at the ground floor in this model. Just to minimize the usage of lifts in the hospital, the positioning of the departments matters a lot. Like the consultancy services deals with a large amount of patients on a day, and if the patients don't have to climb up, if the patients don't have to use lifts, they can generally just come in and take their consultancy just at the ground floor. And when the patient get admitted, they can be shifted very easily on the same floor. Now, climbing up to the first floor, we have our emergency. The emergency has this unique position in this model, where an easily accessible pathway connects the first floor emergency to the ground, along with the departments like radiology, surgery, pathology, laboratory, and the other clinical departments. When a patient comes in the emergency department, they generally need the radiology services and sometimes the surgical units to perform any kind of major or minor surgeries. And that's why these three departments in one floor can reduce the usage of energy, the usage of lifts, and it can reduce the procedure times also. Moving up, this hospital has a dedicated extra floor for the officials for the administrative procedures to perform. The second most important point highlighted in this hospital building project is the color palette of the hospital. This model shows us how the psychology can treat a patient more than the medicine. The patient psychology is very discussed matter in today's generation of medical health, and the hospitals are also using their ability to reduce the time of bed stay in the hospital, and it can be done by the psychological process like using the scientific color palettes. This model uses two major color combinations, the yellow, pink and blue for the interiors and the yellow, white and red for the exteriors, covering the 72% of the hospital with the bright yellow color. It can affect the patients very hard psychologically because the color yellow Embrace the patients with positivity. Scientifically well proven, the color yellow spreads vibes of positivity in the environment, making people happier. While on the other hand, the pink color reduces the stress level, and the blue creates a family-friendly environment for the patients. Now next, let's discuss about the energy consumptions. As this model comes with a line, come out from the thought of using less energy and create your own energy. As the line goes, this hospital, perhaps the model hospital, has its very sufficient and capable structure to produce more energy with the wind, with the solar rays, and also some new efficient ways to save these energies. Like, no, let's think about it. Just think, you are working on a floor that isn't a floor, but it's a source of light. I'm talking about transparent floors here. Transparent floors means obviously glass floors, and we can also see them at new infrastructural developments in Cairo and Dubai. They are using the transparent floors in hotels, but why not in the hospital? We can design our corridors at least where people don't usually stay but just work. So we can make them transparent, and using one source of light we can make multiple floors more brighter. Now let's forget about the lights for a while. But I have seen some hospitals using ventilation, or perhaps the suction ventilations, where they are unable to provide the ventilation needed in each floor. Now look at the center structure of our model hospital. It might look like something similar, like the Burj Al Arab, but it actually inspired by a smaller building, and I should say a building that don't really have a popular name, but the technology used in it is something special. This is a structural design that helps the building to stay much cooler in high temperatures and also provides a better ventilation service on each floor. These are some points that this model highlights the most, but apart from this, it has some other features also, like the rainwater harvesting system, solar panels and wind turbines, and a little botanical garden that also helps to reduce anxiety and stress in the patient's mind. Here we come at the end of our journey, and it was a pleasure making, describing and discussing point of views and sharing ideas with others. The healthcare is something for what we all should dedicate some of our times to evolve it, because the healthcare is all about caring your family, your friends, and most importantly, caring about yourself. On the name of Anamadi's Hospitals, spread the blossoms of good health. Thank you so much.